afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads and lasses. Welcome back to another video from Kaiwen Wae. Now, there was a few stuff I was wanting to talk to Wae about, and anyway, this place where I'm at is pretty much one of them. Basically, where I'm at the moment is known by the people of Head and Morton and surrounding areas as the Seven Sisters, even though there's only 6 trees. There was once 7, until, if memory serves us right, one of the trees got hit by lightning and basically collapsed. And then the reason the trees got called the Seven Sisters, if also memory serves us right, it was because there was 7 sisters who were witches, and basically the town folk found out about it, and basically the sisters, if memory serves us right, they were either burned at the stake or hung for being witches. But I will do my research on it, because I'm not 100% sure on it. I'll do my research on it and basically get back to you on that one, unless somebody within the surrounding areas or somebody who knows about it can actually drop a comment or something, or messages on Twitter at Kaiwen Wae to tell us the whole story about it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, going from me past couple of videos that I have forgetting to add stuff, which I did say every time I forget something about myself, I will pretty much add it within the next video and so on. And yeah, the whole reason, one of the reasons why I've started doing these videos for is because I have drawn inspiration from other YouTubers like Saji and Oh My Gosh TV, who I do watch on an almost daily basis. I mean, sometimes I do watch another YouTuber called 8-Bit Ryan with my nephew, but that's like more on the gaming side. I mean, with Oh My Gosh TV and Saji, they do more of the exploration stuff and the haunting side of things, which I do enjoy watching. And yeah, which I do understand with also understand with depression and all that, because I do suffer from it myself. That's why I'm making these videos, so I'm making people more, trying to make people more aware of it, and I am trying to be there for people who would like some, basically somebody to talk to, especially if they're feeling lonely, because I know all about that as well. And quite frankly, if it hadn't been for my best friend, I wouldn't possibly be here. And yeah, I mean, within all this talk about lads and lasses calling me best friends because lads are only after one thing, which isn't true, because my best friend is a loss, and without her I would be lost. And she has basically kept me head up above water for the past God knows how long. And pretty much I don't expect nothing from her, you know. She's just like my best friend. And yeah, she's always been there for us, I've always been there for her. And yeah, if I were to ever give the biggest shout out ever, it would be to her. And she knows who she is. I mean, yeah, I would. And my other friend, Urbex John, who I mentioned in my first video, gets the time because he does have to work as well. We are going to try and do some exploration videos, though we were out last weekend where we were traveling through to places like Newcastle, Gateshead, Sound, Segham, places like that. to like look for like old abandoned places to see if we could actually like, go and explore them for your entertainment, and you know, see if like they're possibly haunted or something. I mean, it is like pretty much like the exploration and haunting and stuff that I'm into, like what I did say. And like I do believe in ghosts as well, because I have seen some within the course of my life. I mean, no, I can't exactly prove that I've seen them, because at the time I wasn't exactly doing stuff like this. Uh, at the time of sighting, and I didn't exactly have anything that was prepared to actually catch ghostly sightings and whatnot. I mean, where's coming back to like having good friendships with like the other gender. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't have a close friendship with the other gender. Otherwise, they're just a really like a really bad piece of squidgy faces that's like not really like worth knowing. Because if you want to have a good friendship with like somebody of the opposite sex, you do it. You don't have to constantly go on about sex. Oh, the men are only wanting sex from women and all that. It's like, no, I don't believe any of that. I mean, it's like all this superstition over black cats. Personally, I love black cats. I've had two. Like, currently got my second one. My first black cat died at the age of 24, and I do miss him a lot. And I got my little black, what I call my little black fur baby. I do love her to bits and that. And I mean, to be honest, like all this superstition over black cats walking under bladders and all that, it's just superstition. And to be honest, like it's not real. It's not real. So I just don't believe any of that. I mean, especially black cats being like the devil's cats. They're not devil's cats. They're not devil's cats at all. Just don't believe in any of that stuff. No. I mean, it's like I said, I absolutely love black cats. And like you don't see me going around worshipping the devil or anything. I mean, it's the same with goths. I mean, within like the past 13 years or something, I have grown like a deep appreciation for the goth culture and like the goth people themselves, because they are really nice people despite like what they basically look like. You know, they are really, really nice people. Yeah, I mean, you do get your odd one or two that go on silly like, but so does everybody. You know, so does everybody. Hey, I mean, I mean, me myself, like I do try to get on with everybody. I mean, yeah, I have my silly little perks and all that, but again, so does everybody. Uh, I mean, yeah, I am currently looking about because I am in a wide open area, and at the moment I'm not comfortable in talking into a camera in front of other people, because there's only just starting out on YouTube and all that. So I've actually dragged myself way out of my comfort zone to actually do this video. So I am pretty much feeling very nervous over it. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, like at the moment I am feeling very silly for doing this, even though I am doing this for other people. Though it is one thing that I am trying to get over, because I do want to do things like this, especially out in public. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it's like I say, this is me coming out of my comfort zone, like way out of my comfort zone, just to basically like sit here in wide open space where people may or may not walk past, look at us like I'm stupid or something, talking into the camera, talking to myself, if even though I am trying to talk to you a lot. So yeah, I mean, if again, if this is what anybody wants to do, especially if they want to start out on YouTube, start like what I've done, start small, maybe with somebody who you're comfortable with, like I did with Urbex John. And then my second video was sitting out in my backyard or garden, however people in the UK want to say it. Yeah, just like I say, start small, like I've done, and then gradually push yourself further and further away from home. Doesn't matter whether it's like in front of other people and or just on your own. Try it, you might like it. I mean, at the moment, just because there's nobody here at the moment, I am currently enjoying my time out here. I mean, it is helping me both mentally and physically, yeah, because I have had to. I mean, I'm not in the best of shapes myself, like, and pretty much that's what I've had to climb up, and it is pretty much a steep bank coming up. I'm not sure whether I go out there because my phone is a bit iffy, and I was meant to upload this video. I done this video yesterday, but my phone wasn't having anything. Wasn't having anything of it. It just because my phone since I've got it hasn't been working properly. So yeah, managing to do it today because I'm managing to use the camera that I want to use. Well, anyway, I mean, yeah, the kids have just done the stats. My niece, sorry, is getting her results back, and she failed with about 6 points, which, yeah, she did try. So yeah, it was yeah, very well done to her for trying, because the school just didn't really give her much hope because they were expecting her to fail by big marks. So yeah, anybody's children hasn't passed their stats, instead of punishing them, reward them for it, especially if they tried. I mean, to be honest, when they do the stats, it's only basically to see where they are for when they go to the big school. You know, I mean, all they need to do is just try their best, and basically that's what most of them have done. And yeah, a few of them have failed because I do blame the teachers for not putting in the time of day to help them to catch up. Because all they're ever bother with is pretty much the children who are pretty much top of the class, and they tend to push the strugglers to one side into the corner, and that's not right. It's not even right at all, to be honest. And unfortunately, my niece pretty much was one of those that was struggling, so she was one of the ones that got shoved to the back of the class, whilst the others pretty much got the attention that they needed. I mean, they didn't even put her through her boosters. I mean, when I was at school, we didn't do boosters. We didn't get any preparations to do our stats. It was like we just walked into school and it's like, there you go, you're doing your stats. And then pretty much many people out there pretty much went through the same thing, you know. But yeah, they're over with, so they don't have to worry about them anymore. Like I says, they, instead of punishing them for failing, reward them, especially for if they tried, because it's not their fault that they failed, especially if they tried. I mean, the schools do really need to do something with how the teachers actually do the job, because they do need to, instead of working on the children that's like top of the class, they need to try and catch like the children who are struggling up. And then the same thing with the bullying as well, which I mentioned in my last video. Instead of the teachers turning a blind eye to the bullies, when the bullies bullying kids, they should be the ones that gets dealt with, not waiting until the victim is pretty much up to has it's like pretty much up to here with it, and then they decide to do something themselves. That's the only time when a teacher would pretty much do something about it. And it's always the victim that gets wrong. I mean, yeah, don't get us wrong, there is like at least one or two teachers that's decent who does try to do something about the bullying. It's just that a lot of the time it tends to go like over the other teachers' heads, and that it is wrong, and it should get dealt with there and then with the bullies, not with the victim. I mean, like it does also happen at workplaces and all, which pretty much also needs to be addressed by employers. And I mean, like, yeah, a lot of the time that is how like suicide happens, instead of like the person seeking help before, like, committing. They go forth and they do it because they think, like, what's the point? There's nobody there to help us. That's like another reason why I'm here for, because I do want to try and help people in that situation, because I know what it's like to be bullied, and I mean, no, I haven't been close to suicide and that, but I know people who have. It's like, it's not nice at all. But yeah, hopefully I will be doing exploration videos, stroke haunting videos sometime soon, when Urbex John manages to get himself sorted, both financially, physically and mentally. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing my Sunderland AFC shirt, my away one. It's like, this is like the third choice kit from last season, which is like the football team that I do support. I mean, for those of you who happen to come from America, we call soccer football because it is proper football, not this NFL shit, because that is not football. It's more like forward passing rugby with the padding and all that. And that's why I tend to call the NFL the not football league, because it is more like forward passing rugby. I mean, I do admire the Americans for creating a rugby team, like a proper rugby team, which both the men and women have a proper rugby team. I mean, I'm not too sure about the NFL, like, because I don't follow the sport, to be honest. Which is like another thing that I get confused about. The Americans call them, like the NFL stars, call themselves world champions when it's only played in America. So technically, you're not world champions. You just like American champions or something. I mean, yeah, people could argue the fact about other sports having stuff that's not corresponding to what it should be and that, but still. Yeah, and yeah, I do follow football, Premier League and like English Premier League, and also Sunderland, even though they're in League One at the moment. Haven't getting off to a good start because they lost against Darlington, who are pretty much non-league, and they lost 1-0. But it's only pre-season friendly, and friendlies don't really matter because they're only just warm-up games. I mean, it's when the season actually starts is when it really matters. I mean, this Saturday I'll be down Hartlepool with my best friend, watching Sunderland play Hartlepool in a pre-season friendly. and I was down Hartlepool on Tuesday again with my best friend and all that, watching something get paid off Dallas and whatnot, even though we did end up at a pool. And yeah, I mean, we should probably tell us off for mentioning that, like, but you know, who else is going to say it other than the world? Well, whoever views it anyway. So, to my best friend, please don't hurt us if your other half finds out. I'm sorry. I am sorry if I'm constantly scratching on my eyes and that, because I do suffer from hay fever, which I haven't taken anything like hay fever tablets or anything to do. And when I get hay fever, I do have a flare up in my eyes and I do start sneezing and coughing. I mean, I'm sure other people will understand under that, like, you know, so I do apologise about that. I mean, yeah, I'm still looking around to see if there's anybody there, because like, in general, I am a quiet person until you do get to know us, and then I am a bit of a gobshite after that. Which again, my best friend will tell you about that. And like, she did pretty much kick me ass the other day for not giving her a shout out, so yeah, I'll give her a shout out. I did give her a shout out at the start of the video, even though I didn't mention her name. She was getting a shout out because she is that pain in the ass sort of thing, even though she's going to kick me ass over saying that now. But yeah, she has pretty much held my head above water for all these years. So she does really deserve like a massive thank you, and she does really deserve like the biggest shout out ever. So yeah, hopefully yeah, with or without the waffles, I will try and do my homework on the Seven Sisters for you. Whether or not it's haunted, I don't know, but I will try and find out for you, and I will come back again one day and pretty much do more. And yeah, I might pull a page out of more Saji and Hallmark Watch TV's book and say about doing like a 3 AM challenge or something over here, just to see if we can find any ghostly happenings and whatnot. Anyway, this is Kaiwen Wae. You know the way. You know the way to happiness. You know the way to being healthy, and you know the way to subscribing. You know the way to smashing the like button, and you know the way to being you. If anybody needs us, you know the way to my Twitter account at Kaiwen Wae. And anyway, this is Kaiwen Wae out. Love yous lots, and goodbye.